Welcome back to another regrowth video. Yes, sirree. Thank you guys all for the support. What episode are we on? Like 40 something crazy? Yeah, we're like crazy. Let's just leave it at that. We'll just go with crazy. This is going fantastic, and I love all of you that are giving it a chance and this and that. Even if you're late to the series, catching up. The playlist is on fire as well. Oh, baby, look at all that mana. Oh, yes. Hello, creeper. What are you doing here, you silly goof? Don't blow up. Thank you. Please, thanks. Yeah, have a nice day. All right, so I've done not too much off camera. I did want to show you, I rearranged my fermenter setup over here. Oh, God, what is up with my mouse? What is? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cleaned the desk. Now, I don't use a mouse pad anymore because my mouse pad went to a happier place. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm not using a mouse pad right now, and I don't mind. It's just different, okay? Anyways, so the fermenter setup, as you can see, we've tapped into this barrel of saplings, which is actually going down, and that's a little concerning. The amount of saplings that we're burning through. We might need another tree farm. But it's basically tied underneath the ground here over to our 3 fermenters, all creating biomass, full of fertilizer and all that jazz, ready to go. The pipe is pretty much full, so we're pretty much backlogging things now. And I just put in a standard Buildcraft infinite loop type system so that it goes into the machines accordingly. Because, sadly, one of the things when you're pulling from such a far distance with Buildcraft, using red pipes, and I'm using the less than 25% resources, it usually sends too many. And so you're better off having a little bit of a loop in the system. But anyways, we're just kind of pulling all that over into our biomass tank, and I have 4 stills, all producing ethanol at a glorious rate with a little bit of backup. And this guy is now functioning on ethanol as well, so everything is going quite well overall. Things are working very nicely over here. I'm very happy with it. Now, this episode, as I'm sure the title probably alluded to already, I would assume that I would allude to the title at some point. We need more of you. Thank you. But we are going to be dabbling into... Wait for it. Pause for dramatic effect. We're going to jump a little bit more into the applied energistics over here. I still also want to get going on our rail system and storage system. So that's all going to be kind of entwined together here with the applied energistics and stuff. So away we go. By the way, I'm not sure if this is a bug or what. So ME, or applied energistics machines, are supposed to be able to transfer power between them. So I removed the underside, and this one doesn't have any power according to Wayla, so I'm not sure if that's something or not. But anyways, let's, without further ado, get into a little applied energistics. I decided to move my ME stuff, and I just have the charger left to move here. But basically what I want is the ME system to be nice and centralized in the entire thing. Hey, saplings, get back in there. I need you for fermenting. All right. But yeah, so I decided to move it all kind of into the middle here. I ran cables underneath. We got the energy acceptor here ready to go. And I just threw my drive back in. I don't think we're exactly center. No, I'm going to have to move it again, aren't I? We got to be like right here. Yeah. Yeah, right about here, I think, is our end destination for our ME system, just to be nice and centralized. But for right now, let's get a little bit more started. I definitely need a few more ME controllers, so I'm going to make 4 of those up nice and quickly, because these guys, you can put them all together, just like this. Boom. And there you go. You have some beautiful ME controllers. And then each one of these, you can pipe off 32 per side different channels. So this will actually set us up for quite some time for our AE system. Now, luckily this building is going to be very tall, so I'm not going to be going below this floor anymore for our setup, just the power that's coming underneath. But instead, we're going to start building vertically with our AE system. We definitely need more drives and all that kind of stuff. I want to get everything centralized, and we might have to set up a cool little train station to do this, but all in due time. Now, with Applied Energistics, there's so many different things that you can do. I really want to automate my inscribers, but for me to automate my inscribers, I also have to automate the thermionic fabricator, because all of those chipsets require electron tubes. So that's a little bit scary to automate all that. I think you're a little bit better off, you know, crafting the tubes and then crafting the chipsets all at the same time. But we are definitely going to get to that point here pretty darn soon. All of our machines are also going to come into the middle section somewhere over here, but it's going to take a bit of time because, yeah, there's still a lot to do. Anyways. Well, actually, that's a good question. Are there reactors in this? Oh, there's mechanism reactors. Very, very interesting. I'll have to look that up. Anyways, back to our Applied Energistics. We are getting to the point now where we need to start automating some of this stuff. And one of the first ones that I do want to automate, because we have it, is the inscribers, okay? So we went over this last time. We have the 5 inscribers ready to go, right? So let's place those down. Let's see. You know what? I'm thinking we're going to do a cool little setup here. What I'm thinking is we'll make like a pyramid. Or not a pyramid. Kind of like one of these. Whatever these are called. A face. I don't know. Something like that. Oh god, those are orientation. Okay. Boom. Bam and bam. Okay, so there's all of our inscribers. Now, we did find out that they all require power. Now, one of the things is, with Applied Energistics, once you run the cabling to these devices, they will get power and functionality all together. So that's very, very useful overall. I'm wondering if they should maybe not. You know what? That's probably okay. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay with that. So, what we need to get this thing going. Oh god, I have to remember how to do all this. We need an export bus. Yes, we need an export bus. Okay. Let's go to a synchronized search with an export bus. Boom. Okay, not too bad. A formation core with some iron and a piston. Now, I think I have a spare formation. I do, but I need to grab the iron and piston. I think we really need to compile all of our stuff here a little bit more. And I still have more stuff to move over from the other area, which, oy vey, there's so much to do and so little time. And I'd like to thank you guys all for the support overall. It's very, very nice. Very good. Okay, we need another piston. I don't have a piston. All right, we need a piston. This is something that we should probably automate as well. The construction of pistons. Hey, what happened to my... What? I had a thing there, didn't I? Well, that's probably a glitch. Anyways, we'll get that like that and a little bit of spruce magoose up in here. Boom, piston, good. So this should give us our first export bus, okay? Now, what an export bus does is you can set it to send certain things to certain devices, okay? So in our export bus, for example, I'm just going to place it right here for right now, and we can look it up. So we can whitelist this export bus, for example, to be silicone, okay? So a little bit of silicone, just like so. So we can set this to be silicone only. All right. So now what's going to happen is the silicone is going to come into this inscriber. And it should go right there, if I'm not mistaken. And then to get it back out, we'll need an import bus. Now, an import bus is a little bit different. You do need a sticky piston and an annihilation core, so I'll have to make that up. But I don't know if I actually have any slime balls. But that's a different story. So, and then basically all you do is you run your cabling. We're just going to come out like this for right now. We'll have to change it eventually here. But as you can see, there's still no power though. But it put out a silicone. So as long as the silicone is in the system, it'll put a silicone into this inscriber. All right? How sweet is that? I think that's pretty awesome. Now, one of the things that we're going to change, that's the export bus, and it's really, really useful. But we're actually going to remove it for right now because as much as it is useful, and you know what, by theory, any silicone, is there another use for silicone other than that? Let's see. That's the only use for silicone. So actually, we are going to keep the ME bus on there. So basically, whenever I put silicone into the system, it's going to export it into this and automatically give us our printed silicone. So our holdup will be how much silicone is in our drives or in our system based on how much silicone printed we have, okay? Because there's no other use for it. Whereas with the electron tubes, we're going to be talking more of an, what is it called again? ME interface? That's the guy right there. ME interface, yes. Now, one of the things, all of this is great, right? We're doing all this fun stuff. But one of the best things with Applied Energistics is its auto crafting capabilities. So that actually requires this crafting stuff up top here. So we need to get some crafting units done ASAP, and those are expensive. Holy crikey. Well, you know what? They're not too bad, but it's going to take me a little bit to get those good to go. How many do I need, though? That's the scary part. I think I need 2 of them. Is that right? I think it's 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2 that I need. And I'm going to need a few more formation planes and stuff. So let me get a little bit of crafting done here because we need some elite circuits. And those guys require a decent amount of stuff, which requires a decent amount of stuff. All right. So I'm going to get all that ready to go for us, and away we go. Well, a little bit of time later, and we have a few crafting units ready to go. 2 of them. Oh my lord, that took a long time for 2 seconds of video. But we got them. Perfect. We can now at least start in our way. All right. So one of the things that we're going to need right here is the pattern terminal. And I'm just realizing right now we need another engineering processor. But we'll put in the pattern terminal. As you see, fireworks are going off. Oh, beautiful. But we also are going to use the crafting units with things like the 1K storage cell here that I've prepared. Get that firework thing going. It's fine. It's fine. But I am also going to need a few more diamond engineered press things. So let's quickly grab those while we're at it. I've switched up to potatoes now. We just continually swap out food sources here, apparently. So those are that. We need a little bit of the redstone. Let's just do the 2 because I don't want to make a ton of them by any means. Beautiful. That'll give us that, and we need at least 1, but we have 4. That's great, actually. Let's get a few more of those cooking up as well. You know, it's crazy to think about it. Actually, these things now take double the amount of diamonds that they once used to. So that's kind of, pardon me, that's kind of crazy. Same amount of redstone, but double the diamonds. Kind of good though too. You know, they're not overly expensive to begin with. So let's at least get the 1 going here. We need a little bit of the silicone, just like you. That'll work beautifully. Take you and right up to here. Boom, away we go. I'm gonna start making up a few more. We get to see this guy in action. Oh, shabam! Beautiful, Beautiful. All right. Get the rest going as we go, but it's one of those things. So that guy with that is going to get us the crafting co-processing unit as well. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, we can just kind of slap this guy down pretty much anywhere. I really wish you could mouse wheel out of the inventories there, but you can't. So let's just place it here for right now. And I can't remember. Yes, beautiful. So those two together, we now have the ability to craft, kind of, sort of. We can definitely do some things, but not everything just yet. We need to get a few patterns and a couple other things going. No, I need 3, right? Yeah, I think so. So we need to get a few other things still going for the crafting unit, but that is basically the brains of our crafting system. So other than that, the other thing that we need is the molecular assembler. Very nice. Formation core, annihilation core, crafting bench, and iron. Crafting bench is one of the items very early on here that I do want to get auto crafted, because it's a pain, right? Like 2 slabs and 2 planks is kind of annoying to have. You never have it on you, basically. Apparently, how's our power doing? Okay, we're still... Are we losing now? It's seeming pretty stable. It looks like we're gaining again, so I'm going to say that we're still pretty good on our power. This guy is almost up to full heat, which is insane as well. But let's get a quick little crafting table here. We eventually need to get all of our stuff in the ME inventory, but all in due time, right? This stuff takes a little bit of time. We need a bit of iron. So let's take just a little bit over there. And actually, we also need an ME interface. This is my way of doing things above and beyond everything else. So a little bit more iron. You know what I think I might just do? I might just take this whole stack of iron and half a stack of redstone over there, just to have it in the ME system ready to go. So let's get back over there. It's a long ways. You know, you don't realize it until you're actually running it. There we go. We'll put that with that. That's good. We'll grab this guy and get the last one of those cooking. Might as well. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and the crafting bench. So, one of the things was the molecular assembler. Bam. Got it. Beautiful. And the other one is an ME interface. Okay, good. Bam. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so we have these 2 items. Now these guys, same kind of thing. I would like a dense cable, but for right now we can just run a standard ME cable here and get this thing at least operational. So this guy here, you know what? I might run a couple. Yeah, we'll take a couple just in case. So we're just going to run it right off this channel here. Now the problem with this standard ME cable is it can only hold 8 machines on it. So you kind of get a little bit limited compared to a dense cable, which can do 32, for example. So you're a little bit more limited. But for example, there you go. Here's our ME interface and our molecular assembler. Okay. So now all that we have to do is we have to start setting up some patterns. So one of the first ones that we want to do is definitely the blank pattern. And I always recommend this to be the first pattern that you actually do. So, it looks like we're short on a few materials here. So let's quickly take a look. I think it's quartz glass, if I'm not mistaken. Blank pattern, just like so. I think we're short on that. Good. We can get some of that going. That's beautiful. And not that one. That one. No, not that. The other Certus, please. It's so much easier to get the other one. Thank you. Blank pattern. Very good. So now this is going to be our crafting recipe here, just like so. And to do this, you need a blank pattern. Boom. You craft it up on crafting mode. There's also a processing mode. And we take that pattern and we can put it in our ME interface. Now, if we look here, there's a blank pattern here ready to craft, okay? So let's craft 2. See, it tells us that we're missing the quartz glass. So that's going to be our next step. So we can craft one of those. Bing, bang, it finished crafting already. How sweet is that? And now what we want to craft is the quartz glass. This guy right here. Good. And we're going to make that a pattern. Beautiful. So now we put that in there. Now we should be able to craft both by theory. So let's go number of items. We have the quartz glass already. So if we go to craftable, we can craft both, as you can see. So what we can do now is we can go blank pattern and we can say 10. And it'll say we're missing some glass. All right. So 1 glass. We're short 1 glass. Really? Okay. Let's go 9. Still missing 20 glass. What? Let's go 5? Missing 12 glass. Okay. Do I have to put it in there? All right. That's fine. Let's do this. Boom. 10, 9. How are we missing a glass? There's 19 in there. Anyways, we'll do that then. So now we should be crafting up a whole bunch of blank patterns. As you see there, they're crafting and moving on up the list to fit in exactly where they are. So we made 8 of them just for right now. We were a little bit short on actual Minecraft glass. So as we go, we can improve things and make it a little bit better. And right now, my dogs are bugging me. Simple as that. So I think that's where we're going to... you know what? No, I'm going to double check the time on the episode. I haven't looked yet. So I'm going to double check the time, see where we're at, and we may be back with you. Yeah, so we're going to leave it about there. I know it's a shorter video and everything, but I think we're going to just leave it at that. I was trying to think of a couple other things that I could do. I did add the crafting tables as well, like I explained, but... You know, there was a couple things that I'm debating. Now, one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about, I definitely want to automate this. This is good to automate. But one of the things that I'm wondering is the machines, right? So we need to have a smelter. We need to have a processing plant, all that kind of stuff for whenever we need stuff down the road. So I'd like to hear your guys' input on this, actually. Should we move all of our machines out closer to the AE network? Now, I'm thinking just in between the tree farm here, which I don't know if we're going to keep this forestry tree farm forever or not, but I'm thinking maybe in here instead, far away from the steam engines, that's for sure. But I'm thinking in here is where we can do some of our machines and maybe surround this ME system a little bit with some of the machines and some of the stuff that we need to do. But I'm thinking, yeah, in here. And then that way we have to run less ME cable from our central hub, which is actually going to be over there, remember? And then to connect this all up. So I'm thinking that I want your guys' feedback. I want your input on exactly what to do. Don't mind the door closing. That's my daughter. She's nothing but trouble. No, I love her. But anyways... Please hit me up. I want to hear your comments. Greatly appreciated. As you guys know, I'm very active in the comments, and I love to take your ideas. So, bye-bye for now, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.